Yeah, blue
I don't know
collar
what it'd be in
job.
Fahrenheit. It's like -3 degrees Celsius here every day. It doesn't become the most
Yeah,
fun.
a lot of people say blue collar jobs are amazing, but they do have a lot of wear on your body. That's the
Oh
downside
yeah,
as well.
that's the worst part about it because you'll have arthritis when you're older. And plus you'll pick up bad habits. I've picked up smoking, a lot of alcohol abuse from it. So there's a lot of downsides to it. But
Right.
anyway,
And
thanks for letting me up.
appreciate you coming on. Appreciate it. But yeah, white collar jobs, they tend to hurt your mind as well. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 20.
And you disagree with the statement above me?
To some degree, I do, I'd say.
Okay, and why is that?
So, you did mention that in many cases, after you get a degree, then it's unlikely that you get a job. But then,
Yes, that is a current massive epidemic. People are very much
yeah,
struggling to find a job. And even if they do find a job, the odds are it won't even, their degree would have no use in them getting that job. Hence, it's kind of like
yeah.
useless, which is
I do
annoying.
appreciate that. And I also appreciate that university is awfully expensive. And to go into that much debt, that's never a great thing. But when it comes to getting jobs, I just did a quick Google search, and when you look at the shortages of jobs in the UK, you have biochemists, civil engineers, vets, architects, stuff like this. This type of stuff, you don't know what to do if you wouldn't do that university degree. So it is awfully
Yeah.
expensive. So I guess it is a scam, but you can't really. The country sort of needs them right now,
Yeah,
so you
well,
can't do
Marshall,
without.
you have a fair point. There's another thing with employers in that they want work experience. I think they value that, which is why I think a degree apprenticeship would be better rather than a college degree, since everyone has one. They do want work experience as well, which is kind of the issue that a lot of people fall into. That you need to get a job, you need work experience, but you can't get work experience without a job, which is a separate thing. However, yeah, and in those cases, I guess if you really want those jobs and you need college to get there, then in that specific scenario, it wouldn't be a scam. I feel like a lot of degrees are most definitely a scam. And for a lot of people, university, college, whatever you want to call it, depending on where you are, would be a scam in their scenario. But yeah,
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Thanks for your time.
all right, appreciate you. All right, guys, double tap the screen. Let's move to the next person, guys. Double tap that screen if you disagree with college being a scam. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 19.
And you disagree with the statement above me?
Yes.
And so you don't. So, and why is that? Why do you need to?
Well, you think that college is just for a degree when there are some jobs like at hospitals where you need to learn stuff and it isn't just about the degree.
That just helps my point more. That means that you don't need a degree in order to do the job. You just need on-the-job training. So in fact, the degree is useless, and you go into college wasting the time getting the degree is a scam because you can learn the job. You can learn what you need to do the job through training, not through college.
But they don't have time for that.
Pardon?
They don't have time for teaching people.
Well, that's why I argue that obviously it's not in every job's case, but in many jobs' case, you can learn it through on-the-job training rather than needing a college degree for it. Only in very specialized jobs, you need to obviously do the background academia to know what you need to know, rather than being able to do it on the job. But majority of the cases, you can.
I'm gonna go jack off.
What? All right. Anyways, double tap the screen. Join if you disagree. But yeah, it's fundamentally true. It depends on the course in the uni, right? But unfortunately, and I'd argue that majority of courses are a scam. A majority of universities aren't very good. You can see universities closing their departments. They just know that university is a scam. It's not necessary. Like college is quite literally a scam. It's not necessary to do what you need to do. A degree apprenticeship would be arguably the best scenario for the fact that you're learning on the job training, you're getting work experience, and you're being paid for it is arguably the best scenario. That's a red herring, RJI. That's irrelevant to the conversation at hand. But the point is that college is quite literally a scam. Top uni is definitely one. I want to go to UCL Kings for a top course. Again, the university you go to doesn't have that much bearing. I guess if you go to Oxford or Cambridge, it might slightly be important or slightly way, but the degree you get matters more. And majority of degrees aren't very useful. Like if you go to Oxford or Cambridge for, I don't know, English, like that's a useless degree. But if you go to some lesser uni, like, you know, that's not Russell Group or something for like, I don't know, finance or economics or something STEM that's actually valuable in the job market, then that would be far more useful. So it really doesn't matter about the university, more about the course. But even in those senses, a lot of times you'll find that you still can't get a job. It's not a good job. You don't need the degree. You could do the job without the degree. It's just fundamentally going to college and getting into all that debt kind of is a scam. So that means sixth form is also a scam to a certain extent. With GCSEs and sixth form, GCSEs I'm slightly more lenient to because you're younger and it's just basic knowledge. But even then, it's still kind of scammy. But definitely A levels or you know, all those things is definitely scam as well, because like it's just memorization. Like it's not anything that's important. It's simply just memorization. I think for finance, you need to go to a decent uni. You might have a fair point there, but yeah, it's a scam unless you want to be a doctor or dentist. We know that doctors, that's not necessarily true because you have physician associates who do only half as much training as actual junior doctors and they make way more. So it's not actually necessary whatsoever. So yeah, college truly isn't that necessary. And it's kind of a scam because it's dishonest saying that you need to go to college if you want to go anywhere at all. Well, that's not necessarily the case. God damn it. You don't need college. You don't need university. It's truly a scam and it's a waste of time and money. And it's kind of like a pyramid scheme too. And the fact that it preys on people who are younger and who don't really know what they're doing. And it forces them into a lot of debt with interest as well, which keeps growing. We need doctors though. Yeah, you do, but the training that they need to get there and the fact that they're getting paid absolutely nothing is just ridiculous. I agree, but I can't say this to my mother. Yeah, because obviously when they grew up, degrees, by the time the age your parents are, when they were your age, degrees actually meant something. You know, degrees were useful. You go to, you know, you could probably live on a one person income, you know, degrees are actually useful. Now, not necessarily. But yeah, anyways, double tap that screen. But yeah, that's fundamentally the point. You know, degrees, they used to have some weight. Now, I think it's 40% of people have a degree. Like, it's not having that much value. Employees won't care about it. Yeah, they require it. It's ridiculous. It's just a way for the government to take more of your money. It's kind of fundamentally the point. You're right, because it's not about, okay, buddy. But yeah, obviously in some specific niche job where you need to go to get a degree, yeah, it might have some point. But yeah, a lot of people say that has more of a symbolic meaning, that it can show that you can, a more performative meaning that you can go for 4 years and do a repeated task. It's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, peace to the KSI. We love and respect him. Anyways, double tap the screen. Bro's getting no viewers. Yeah, I'm not doing that one right now because I kind of wanted to do this for some other reasons too. It's kind of important as well. Anyways, double tap the screen. God damn it, what is going on, bro? If you study a quantitative subject at a top uni, is definitely worth it. It depends on whether you can get a job, and it depends on whether you need that degree to get a job. And in many instances, that answer would be no. You don't need the degree. Working a network with individuals like you're too funny and have a great way with words. Well, listen, man, I'm Finance Academy. No, I mean, yeah, I do have my online school, Finance Academy, where I'm with a bunch of other entrepreneurs and people who are serious about making money. And we, actually think about how we can, do stuff outside of it. But if I was to recommend you the safest path, it would be a degree apprenticeship. Anyways, if you, sorry, I'm just reading back the comments. I think it's dependent on the job you want, as most jobs require just slightly more time to get to. Yeah, that's the issue, is that most jobs require it when in reality they truthfully shouldn't. When all the top bosses are about 70, that's what they look at. Yeah, exactly. From when they were your age, degrees were everything. Now they're actually meaningless, and yet they're still lagging behind. And hence why there's so many people struggling to get a job, because they're like, I have a degree, but everyone has one. It doesn't mean anything anymore, but they're going off of advice of older people when that's not necessarily the case. I want to do politics, and there's no way I'm getting into that areas I want to work in without a degree. Yeah, but you have to also think that, why do they require a degree? Is it really necessary? Is it really important? Why is that the case? Why is it a scam? Because it's a dishonest scheme. Most people go to college to get a job, and most people can't end up not being able to get a job. It's not actually necessary to do a job. A lot of jobs you can learn with on-the-job training, so you don't need the degree. So you're getting into tens of thousands of pounds or dollars of debt for no reason. And so, yeah, there's other reasons as well, but those are fundamentally multiple things. I know, please don't tell me this now. The job market is not very good. You don't need a degree. It's just fundamentally what it is. Also, let me think as well. What else was I saying? I can't think. Only in the very minute cases where you have an actual set thing is it not a scam. Give me a moment, bro. Give me a moment. Join the guest request. I'm in physics business now. Well, unfortunately, that's fundamentally the case. Would you abolish it? I'd make it so that you have to be at least 21 to go to university. And so you have at least 3 years outside. We need less people going, because if too many people are going, everyone has a degree, it has less meaning. So yeah, bro got banned. I go, yeah, on the other account, but it's fine. I'm warming up the other account. Don't worry about it. But yeah, to make a difference as well, I encourage people to go to degree apprenticeships where you're paid to do on-the-job training. In a way, you're being trained and paid by a company to then join them at the end of your training. You don't get into debt. It's just all around better. University isn't really that necessary at all. It's kind of just like a scam, but it's kind of been like told to everyone that, oh, you need it, when in reality you don't. So it's just genuinely insanely a scam how, they prey on people who don't know any better, and you're meant to know exactly what you want to do at the age of like 18, when in reality, who's going to know that? Would you do apprenticeship? Degree apprenticeship is absolutely the way. Absolutely the way. Debt, whilst the competition is high, it's best to get into it before everyone starts coming over, and then it happens to happen to degrees with that. How do I join? Press the guest request here. You have to have enough followers, I think. But anyways, I work in IT, never did a degree, I never did apprenticeship. Right. And also, once you get your first job, degrees are meaninless, because jobs care more about work experience, which makes sense. They want to see that you've worked in an environment rather than you having gone to a university. They want to see you have worked in an environment. So that's what jobs care about. They don't care about a degree. Like, it's genuinely useless. Like, university won't teach you how to get a job, won't teach you how to make money, won't really teach you any of that. Like, you're just learning information to regurgitate it. And so, what did you do, man, at the age of 18, 20 years uni? No, I didn't. Anyways, let's just think so. Join if you disagree. If you disagree, do join. Although I'm currently responding to comments because we don't have as much people either. School and either. Yeah, school's a certain scam to an extent. It's mainly just regurgitating information, learning it to regurgitate it. It won't actually get you money. It won't actually, teach you how to get a job. It's not very useful. Anyways, double tap the screen. I will add people, but I do want to get more people in the live. In my experience, I get job hunted by recruiters. I got offered 35,000 for a product support role. Right, with my experience. Right, exactly. Like, work experience matters way more than any university or college degree. It's simply a scam, and people make the point that, oh, you earn $1 million more if you have a degree compared to people who don't have degrees. Again, that's correlation causation fallacy, that those people already had connections, so it's not actually due to degree, but due to the fact that they were already fortunate. But also, it's the fact that that's only talking about the people who are in like STEM and finance. Outside of those degrees and those university degrees, that's college degrees of STEM, finance, STEM fields, it's basically they're earning absolutely nothing. They're earning very much nothing. I've got a lot of accounts. Anyways, double tap the screen. How does one get into law with a degree? I'm pretty sure you should probably be able to find some law firms you can work with, maybe get some experience with. And then when you apply to others, you can use that experience, because experience matters more. But in some cases, you will absolutely need a degree, although I'd argue that in those degrees, a lot of classes are not necessary at all. But yeah, you can ask people, do you think that you needed to take every class to do the job you're doing? And they'll be like, no, maths is important to an extent. The rest of it is just things you won't use in your life. Even maths, to a certain extent, a lot of it with automation, AI, technology, it's virtually irrelevant. You generally do better with a degree, though. That's only in certain cases. It's not in all cases. In many cases, you'll end up with a bunch of crippling debt that you'll never get out of. About how much you're making off TikTok then, depends on which account you're talking about. Anyways, double tap the screen. But yeah, okay, so you don't know, wait, what? It's a little without it. Yes, that's why Lily just said in certain cases that might be the case you need to go. But in the case where I said that you need to extend it to 21, it may be better to get a look into what you're doing rather than doing that. Same with medicine, but even that case, it's not always the case. So you Lily don't even make sense, and you thought you made sense, but you actually don't. It's just quite funny, because I guarantee you ask any law major and you ask them, hey buddy, do you think that you needed to take every class? And they'll be like, no, you didn't. People go to university just to get them. People go to university for many reasons. It's mostly due to pressure from teachers, family, friends. Everyone's going so you feel that you need to. In some cases of psychology, you need A-levels. Uni is definitely stupid with student debt. It is ridiculous with student debt, and they're thinking of increasing it, which is even worse for everyone who's planning to go to university. Also, even A-levels to a certain extent, it's just a memory test. It's just a glorified time wasting. I'm in care doing A levels, and to go to uni for me because I'm in care. I'll be first time 25. I'm yawning. Good lord. Highest earning jobs require a degree as a base requirement. Right, exactly. That's the issue. The highest earning jobs require a degree. In many cases, those jobs shouldn't require a degree. They just do it as a way to sort people. It's not that the degree means anything. Well, the degree doesn't mean anything. Like, they'd rather take someone who actually has experience in working rather than someone who just got a degree and is like, hey, give me the highest paying job. I want 100,000 out of, I'm a graduate. It's kind of useless. Also, the fact that, again, you can learn it on the job training as well as a bunch of other things. You don't necessarily need a degree, and which is the point I'm making, in that college can absolutely be a scam in many cases. Right? I'm thinking of adding people. Should I add some people? All right, let me add some people. But yeah, fundamentally it's a scam. Fundamentally it's a scam. If you disagree, I'm adding some more people. Hey, how
I
old are you, buddy?
disagree. I'm actually
How old are you?
18.
Great. What's
18.
you
So
disagree? Why do you
I just got out of leaving care and I can go to university for free and I'm gonna do computer science.
Okay, you
And
said
I'm
you can go
happy.
to. I mean, if you go for free, then yeah, it most definitely won't be
You
a
do know
scam.
like leaving care, right? You know what that is, right?
Where is that?
It's like when you're out of foster care basically.
Okay, right, exactly. But in the case where many people aren't, they have to pay a massive amount of money, which will grow with interest, which basically acts as a graduate tax. So it's
Now
mainly
I'm
not.
lucky as hell, man. I get to go to uni for free. Hey.
Okay, well, I just said in that instance it's not. Anyway, guys, double tap the screen. AI is gonna display a lot of these jobs anyways. Facts. That's also a very big fact. AI will replace jobs as well. AI will replace jobs as well. Is that finally not a rage bait? I'm surprised people don't think this is rage bait.